Good morning, students. According to cell the unit of life, today we will learn about plastids. Okay. So what is the plastid cell organelles? Plastids means plastos, molded or formed, were discovered by E. Haeckel in 1865, but the term was coined by A.F.W. Schimper since 1885. Okay. Presence of plastid is the characteristics feature of plant cells. ये जो है वो प्लांट सेल्स का करेक्टरिस्टिक फीचर्स होता है. एंड सम फोटोसिंथेटिक प्रोटिस्ट, कुछ ऐसे प्रोटिस्ट जिनमें फोटोसिंथेसिस का प्रोसेस होता है उनमें ये पाया जाता है, और प्लांट सेल्स में ये डेफिनेटली पाया जाता है. एंड प्लास्टिड्स आर द लार्जेस्ट ऑर्गेनल्स बट इज स्मॉलर देन न्यूक्लियस ऑफ प्लांट सेल्स. ओके. And plastids are found in all plant cells and in some protists, but it is absent in moneras, fungi and animalia, and these are also absent in gametes and zoospores of plants का जो gametes और zoospore होता है उसमें भी ये absent होता है. So when we talk about kinds of plastid, there are three types of plastids are found in plant cells: chromoplast, chloroplast and leucoplast. chromoplast, chroma means होता है colored and plastos means होता है formed. So chromoplast are colored plastids of plant cell, and which is found in those parts which are exposed to light, leaves, flowers, etc. Okay. And chromoplast are formed either for the chloroplast by the replacement of chlorophyll with other pigments. ये तीनों ही टाइप के जो प्लास्टिड्स हम प्लांट सेल में देख रहे हैं वो तीनों ही एक दूसरे फॉर्म में कन्वर्ट हो जाते हैं. क्रोमोप्लास्ट जहाँ पर कलर होता है, ग्रीन कलर के अलावा जो भी कलर प्लांट में होता है, चाहे वो लीफ में हो, फ्रूट में हो, फ्लावर्स में हो, स्टेम में हो, तो वहाँ पर होता है क्रोमोप्लास्ट. एंड क्रोमोप्लास्ट जो है वो क्लोरोप्लास्ट में कन्वर्ट हो सकता है, क्लोरोप्लास्ट क्रोमोप्लास्ट में कन्वर्ट हो सकता है. एंड आल्सो ल्यूकोप्लास्ट इज कन्वर्टेड इनटू क्लोरोप्लास्ट एंड क्रोमोप्लास्ट. ओके. Different color of plants parts are due to presence of different pigments in their chromoplast. Some of the pigments and their color are lycopene, phycoerythrin, phycocyanin, xanthophyll, carotene and hematochrome. ओके. तो इन सब पिगमेंट्स के कारण प्लांट्स में कलर होते हैं. एंड सेकंड वन इज द क्लोरोप्लास्ट. द क्लोरोप्लास्ट इज मोस्ट वाइडली डिस्ट्रीब्यूटेड क्रोमोप्लास्ट इन द प्लांट सेल्स एंड इट इज़ फाउंड इन ऑल ग्रीन प्लांट्स. ओके. जहाँ जहाँ भी प्लांट में ग्रीन कलर है वहाँ पे क्लोरोप्लास्ट पाया जाता है. एंड इट कंटेन्स क्लोरोफिल ए, क्लोरोफिल बी, DNA एंड RNA. ओके. ये क्लोरोफिल है, क्लोरोफिल बी, एंड इसका खुद का DNA और खुद का RNA होता है. वी विल डिस्कस हियर क्लोरोप्लास्ट बिकॉज ऑफ टू रीजन्स. फर्स्टली दे आर मोस्ट कॉमनली ऑकरिंग plastids in the plant cell, and secondly they perform photosynthesis process. So chloroplast played an important role in origin of life because plants prepare food for themselves and all other living organisms by the help of chloroplast, and they also produce oxygen which is necessary for life, right? And oxygen is also necessary for respiration. We will discuss about chloroplast in detail because they are most abundantly found in green plants and perform photosynthesis process. And it is most common green plastids which is found in all green plants and also found in some protists, example euglena. And when we talk about its shape, in higher plants chloroplast are biconvex or plano-convex in shape. However, in different plants, cell may have filamentous, spheroids, ovoids, or club shaped. In lower plants, such as in Eulothrix, collar-like shape. And the size of chloroplast varies from species to species. The chloroplasts are generally 1 to 3 micron in thickness and 5 micron in diameter. In general, chloroplast of plants grows in the shade are larger and contain more chlorophyll second in comparison to those plants which are grown in sunlight. Okay, and then distribution of number of the chloroplast usually remains constant for a particular plant cell. In higher plant, 20 to 40 chloroplast per cell. The leaf of Ricinus communis contains about 4 lakh chloroplast पर स्क्वायर मीटर ऑफ सरफेस एरिया. सो जहाँ पर जितना ज़्यादा फोटोसिंथेसिस का प्रोसेस होगा वहाँ क्लोरोप्लास्ट उतना ज़्यादा पाया जाएगा, एंड जहाँ फोटोसिंथेसिस कम हो रहा है वहाँ पर क्लोरोप्लास्ट कम होगा. इन न्यूली लीफ और cell there are chloroplast is more than and old cells are old leaf में chloroplast जो है वो कम होगा. Okay, and when we talk about ultrastructure of chloroplast, first is limiting membrane. In electron microscope studies have shown that chloroplasts are bounded by 2 unit membranes like mitochondria, and each membrane is trilaminar, lipoproteinous in nature and about 50 angstrom thick. Okay, and intermembranous space is about 25 to 75 angstrom width. Between two membranes there is a fluid filled intermembranous periplastidial space. Okay, and second is the matrix or stroma. The stroma is the inner matrix of the chloroplast which fill in the hollow space. In this matrix, the unit structure of the chloroplast, the grana and intergrana connecting membranes remains embedded, and stroma contains 70 S ribosomes and DNA, messenger RNA, transfer RNA, enzymes, other types of protein and lipids also found in stroma. In addition to above, stroma also contain ATP, ADP, FAD, plastoquinone, plastocyanin, ferredoxin, cytochrome, NADP, etc. And DNA is circular and necked and is called as plastidon. Matrix contains an enzyme Robisco ribulose biphosphate carboxylase, which is essential for carbon dioxide fixation, and matrix provide the site for carbon dioxide fixation and protein synthesis. And third one is grana. The chloroplast consists of many granular chlorophyll bearing bodies known as grana, like this. The size of grana varies from 0.3 to 1.7 micron. A chloroplast may contain 40 to 60 grana in their matrix, and each grana is composed of 10 to 100 disc-like superimposed membranous components known as thylakoid. It is okay, and each thylakoid is separated from the stroma of the matrix of the chloroplast by its unit membrane. Okay, and in a granum, these thylakoid are arranged in parallel to form the stacks, the grana of chloroplast, are interconnected by a network of membranous tubules which are given out by the membranous of certain thylakoids into the matrix, and these interconnecting membranes of grana are known as stromal lamellae or frets. Okay, and quantosomes are photosynthesis unit. Thylakoid membrane possess photosynthesis pigments and coupling factors. The latter are involved in ATP synthesis, and photosynthesis molecules are present in groups of 200 to 250, and these are photosynthetic unit of quantosomes, and these were discovered by Park and begins 1964, and these are the units that are capable of absorbing light energy of photons. Here light energy is converted into chemical energy, and different types of pigments like chlorophyll A, chlorophyll B, xanthophyll, and carotenes may be present in quantosomes. And when we talk about pigments of chlorophyll, chloroplast, mainly the following types of pigments are found in chloroplast. Chlorophyll second in plant, total 8 types of chlorophyll pigments are found, and chlorophyll B, chlorophyll D, chlorophyll E, etc. And in bacteria, bacterial chlorophyll are found, and carotenoid, it is second important pigments found in the chloroplast. It is two types, carotene and xanthophyll. Okay, so chloroplast as a semi-autonomous cells organelles. Like mitochondria, chloroplasts are regarded as semi-autonomous because of the some reasons. Like first is the chloroplast have their own DNA which is capable of self-replication and transcription. 70 types of ribosomes are present in chloroplast, and chloroplasts have their own enzymes and protein synthetic machineries, and new chloroplasts arise from pre-existing chloroplast or their precursor known as protoplastids. And when we talk about the functions of chloroplast, first is photosynthesis. The most important function of chloroplast is to produce organic food in the process of photosynthesis, and in this process glucose and other forms of carbohydrates are produced in the presence of solar light by using carbon dioxide and H2O. Okay, and oxygen is also released as a byproduct through photosynthesis. And second is chloroplast plays a role in maintaining the balance of oxygen and carbon dioxide in the environment, and it absorbs carbon dioxide and releases oxygen in return. Third function is photophosphorylation is part of photosynthesis. ATP is produced in this process. NADPH2 is also produced in this process by using NADP, and this ATP and NADPH2 produced in light reaction are consumed in dark reaction during reduction of carbon dioxide. And fourth, presence of chloroplast provide green color to leaves of plants, and chloroplast also contain other pigments like carotenes, xanthophyll, etc. And then we talk about leucoplast. Leuco means white and plasto means formed, are colorless plastids which store food as carbohydrates, proteins and lipids. Okay, the leucoplasts are rod-like or spheroid in shape. They occur in the embryonic cells and meristematic cells, etc. And common leucoplast of the plant cells are amyloplast and elypoplast and eleuroplast are proteinoplast. So when we talk about function of plastid, the main function of the chloroplast is to prepare food by photosynthesis process, and during this process oxygen is also produces. Many special enzymes required for synthesis of fatty acids and to complex Krebs cycle and formed in the chloroplast. And chromoplast gives color to some parts of the plants, which is helpful for many functions, such as color of flowers help to attract insect for pollination, and leucoplast help for storage of food in roots and changes into chlorophyll when exposed to light. Okay, सो आज के लिए हम इतना पढ़ते हैं. नेक्स्ट डे हम इसके आगे पढ़ेंगे. एंड गुड बाय एंड टेक केयर.